Doctors reveal this cheap food builds muscle faster than eggs after 60. Have you ever felt your legs weaken for no reason? Like they might give out at any moment? Just last week, a 74-year-old man in Ohio was rushed to the ER after collapsing beside his car. Doctors said the real cause wasn't age. It was a simple breakfast habit he repeated every morning. The same habit millions of seniors still rely on today. In this video, I'll show you the cheap food that builds muscle faster than eggs and the hidden mistakes quietly weakening your legs after 60. But if you don't watch until the end, you may keep doing the one morning habit that makes your legs weaker every single year. The most common mistake is revealed last. 6. Oats, the weakest muscle-building option. Many seniors love a warm bowl of oats in the morning because it's soft, comforting, and easy to digest. And it's true. Harvard School of Public Health notes that whole oats can help steady blood sugar and support heart health. But here's the part most people over 60 don't realize. Oats are almost entirely carbohydrates, and a normal serving only gives around 5 grams of protein. According to the National Institutes of Health, adults over 60 need higher quality protein at every meal to fight age muscle loss, and oats simply don't provide what your muscles need to stay strong. They also lack leucine, the amino acid that turns on muscle repair, along with omega-3s, collagen, and vitamin D, 4 nutrients that older adults depend on to keep their legs stable, joints supported, and energy steady throughout the day. Remember a woman named Linda from Arizona, 72 years old, who told her doctor she ate oatmeal every single morning because she believed it was healthy enough. But she kept noticing her legs feeling weaker on her morning walks, and she couldn't understand why. When her doctor reviewed her diet, he explained that while oatmeal is good for the heart, it doesn't give the muscles the fuel they need after 60. Once she added a real protein source to her breakfast, something stronger than oats, she said her legs felt steadier within a few weeks. Her story's exactly why seniors must be careful not to mistake healthy for muscle building. So yes, oats are great for digestion, heart health, and energy, but they are one of the weakest foods for rebuilding or repairing muscle. If you rely on them alone, your body may not get enough strength-supporting nutrients to protect your legs from the natural decline that happens with age. And this is where most seniors unknowingly fall behind. If you're still watching, drop a quick comment like, "I'm learning," so I know you're following along, because the next food, chickpeas, might sound healthier, but it also hides a surprising weakness you need to know before trusting it with your strength. If you skip the next part, everything you just learned about oats won't help you at all. 5. Chickpeas, healthy but not strong enough. Chickpeas sound like a strong choice because they offer a decent 19 grams of protein per 100 grams and a good amount of lysine, an amino acid your body needs to make collagen for healthy joints. They also bring fiber, potassium, and iron, all important nutrients for seniors. But here's the truth most people over 60 never hear. Chickpeas are rarely eaten in portions large enough to actually help rebuild muscle. Most American seniors only have them in the form of a small scoop of hummus or tossed lightly on a salad, which barely gives a few grams of protein. According to the National Institutes of Health, older adults need high-quality, concentrated protein at each meal to slow muscle loss. And chickpeas simply don't deliver enough in the real portions seniors usually eat. Even Harvard Health notes that while chickpeas are great for heart health and digestion, they're not considered a top-tier protein for preserving muscle strength after 60. I think of someone named Robert from Michigan, a 71-year-old who told his doctor he was trying to eat healthier by adding hummus to his lunch every day. He truly believed he was boosting his protein intake, but he was confused when his legs still felt weak during his daily walks. When he met with a nutritionist, she explained that his 2 tablespoons of hummus gave him barely 2 grams of protein, far from what he needed to maintain muscle mass. Robert was shocked. He thought he was making the right choice, and in many ways he was, but it wasn't enough to actually rebuild the muscle he was losing each year. Once he switched to a stronger protein source, he said the difference felt like night and day. His story is a reminder that even healthy foods don't always match what our muscles truly need. So yes, chickpeas are wonderful for digestion, heart health, and blood sugar, but when it comes to fighting real muscle loss, they can't compete with stronger foods on this list. If you're relying on chickpeas as your main source of protein, you may be giving your heart what it needs, but leaving your legs unprotected. And this gap is exactly why so many seniors keep feeling weaker, even when they think they're eating healthy. If you're still watching, leave a quick comment like "still here" so I know you're learning with me. Because the next food, peanut butter, is extremely popular and tasty, but it also hides a surprising limitation that many seniors don't notice. And if you miss that part, everything you learned about chickpeas won't help you make better choices going forward. Should I continue with the section on peanut butter? Or peanut butter, effective but limited. Peanut butter is one of the most familiar foods for older adults in the United States. It feels comforting, it spreads easily on toast, and it gives a quick burst of energy in the morning. Many seniors like it because it's affordable and doesn't require chewing, which is helpful for anyone dealing with dental issues. And on paper, peanut butter looks impressive, with about 22 grams of protein per 100 grams. But here's the part most people over 60 don't notice. No one eats 100 grams of peanut butter at once. A typical serving is just 1 or 2 tablespoons, and that adds up to only around 7 grams of protein, far below the amount recommended by the National Institutes of Health for muscle maintenance after 60. Harvard Health also explains that while nut butters provide healthy fats, they're very calorie-dense, which means a small spoonful packs a lot of calories without delivering the protein your muscles need to stay firm and stable. Another limitation is that peanut butter, while rich in healthy fats, can be difficult for seniors with blood sugar problems or cholesterol concerns. The Cleveland Clinic notes that nut butters, especially when eaten in larger portions, can add unnecessary calories that contribute to weight gain, which can make mobility and joint pain worse. And because peanut butter contains mostly fat and minimal leucine, it doesn't activate the body's muscle-building process in the same way foods higher in protein do. This is important because leucine is the key amino acid your body relies on to trigger muscle repair, a function that naturally weakens with age. Without enough leucine, protein from peanut butter simply doesn't translate into significant strength gains for seniors. Peanut butter is still useful in certain situations. It can help keep energy stable through the morning, and the arginine inside it may support better circulation, which is beneficial for heart health. But when it comes to rebuilding muscle or slowing age muscle loss, peanut butter simply cannot compete with more effective protein sources. It is a good addition to a meal, but it cannot be the main protein for anyone trying to maintain leg strength, balance, or independence after 60. This is exactly why many seniors who rely on peanut butter for breakfast still feel their legs getting weaker year after year. It gives comfort, not real muscle support. And this is where the next food becomes surprisingly important: cottage cheese. Unlike peanut butter, is naturally higher in protein per serving, easier to digest, and scientifically shown to help repair muscle during the hours when your body needs it most. Brie cottage cheese. Very strong for seniors. Cottage cheese is one of the most powerful muscle-supporting foods for older adults, and the reason is simple. It contains casein, a slow-digesting protein that feeds your muscles for hours instead of minutes. This becomes incredibly important after age 60 because, as the National Institutes of Health explains, older muscles enter a breakdown mode during the night when the body goes many hours without food. Casein helps slow that breakdown and gives your muscles steady amino acids until the next meal. This is why cottage cheese stands out so much compared to other foods. Harvard Health also notes that dairy-based proteins, especially casein, are among the most effective proteins for preserving muscle in seniors because they digest gradually and keep the body in repair mode longer. A study published in the British Journal of Nutrition found that older adults who consumed casein-rich foods before bed had up to 25% higher overnight muscle protein synthesis, which means their muscles were rebuilding instead of shrinking. That kind of impact is extremely rare in everyday foods. And what makes cottage cheese even better is that most seniors actually eat it in realistic portions that matter. A half cup or even a full cup is common, making it easy to get 14 to 28 grams of high-quality protein without spending a lot of money. Many seniors also appreciate that cottage cheese is soft, easy to chew, and gentle on digestion, something that becomes more important with age. It also contains calcium, B vitamins, and phosphorus nutrients that support bone strength, nerve function, and energy levels throughout the day. I remember a man named Thomas from Ohio, 76 years old, who told his physical therapist that his legs felt weak every morning when he got out of bed, even though he tried to stay active. When they reviewed his diet, he realized that he often went from dinner to breakfast without any protein at all. His therapist suggested adding a small bowl of cottage cheese in the evening, and within a month he noticed that his legs didn't feel as shaky in the morning. He said it felt like his body finally had something to rebuild with overnight instead of running on empty. His story reflects what many seniors experience, without even knowing why it's happening. Cottage cheese is one of the strongest dairy-based options for a simple reason. It works with the way the aging body changes. It gives long-lasting protein, protects muscles during the night, and offers an affordable, realistic way for seniors to meet their daily needs without supplements or expensive powders. But as powerful as cottage cheese is, there's another food that can match its protein strength while offering even more benefits for energy and long-term recovery. If you skip the next part, you may miss the food that delivers one of the best protein per dollar ratios in the entire grocery store. And that brings us to lentils, a surprising powerhouse many seniors overlook completely. 2. Lentils, extremely powerful and cost-suitable lentils, are one of the most underrated but strongest plant-based proteins for older adults, especially those living on a fixed income. With about 25 grams of protein per 100 grams, lentils deliver far more usable protein than most breakfast foods seniors rely on. What makes lentils so valuable is their high content of leucine, the amino acid that the National Institutes of Health identifies as essential for activating muscle protein synthesis, a process that naturally slows down after age 60. Without enough leucine, even if you eat protein, your muscles may not respond the way they should. Lentils help close that gap. They are also rich in iron, a nutrient many seniors unknowingly become low in. Low iron contributes to fatigue, poor stamina, and the heavy leg feeling many older adults describe. According to the Mayo Clinic, iron is key for carrying oxygen to muscles, which directly affects strength and energy. By providing iron in a plant-based form that is gentle on the stomach, lentils help support endurance throughout the day. Another reason lentils stand out is their price. Compared to meats, dairy, or protein powders, lentils offer one of the best protein per dollar ratios in the entire grocery store. Harvard Health notes that legumes like lentils are not only budget-friendly, but also associated with a reduced risk of frailty in older adults due to their combination of protein, fiber, and minerals. That fiber is especially helpful because it supports digestive health and keeps blood sugar stable, something many seniors struggle with. Their low cost also allows seniors to add them to meals multiple times a week without worrying about stretching their budget too thin. The only real limitation of lentils is that they require cooking, and some older adults find that inconvenient or tiring. But once cooked, they store well in the refrigerator and can be added to soups, salads, or warm bowls throughout the week with very little effort. When eaten regularly, lentils can play a major role in supporting muscle repair, maintaining energy, and reducing the risk of age frailty. They offer a steady source of protein without the high saturated fat found in many animal-based options, making them a heart-friendly choice as well. Lentils truly are one of the most powerful and caustic-fooding foods for seniors who want to stay strong, steady, and independent. But even though they are impressive, there is still one food that goes beyond lentils in terms of complete nutrition. If you don't continue to the next part, you may miss the only food on this list that combines protein, omega-3s, calcium, vitamin D, and collagen all in one affordable serving. And that brings us to the final item, sardines, the strongest option of all. 1. Sardines. The most powerful and complete food. Sardines may look like a simple canned food, but for seniors, they offer a combination of nutrients that no other item on this list can match. Each serving contains around 25 grams of high-quality protein, along with omega-3 fatty acids, the kind Harvard Health says can reduce inflammation in the muscles and joints, something nearly every older adult struggles with. Sardines also naturally contain vitamin D, which the National Institutes of Health confirms is essential for strong bones and balance. And most seniors in the U.S. are low in it without even knowing. What makes sardines stand out even more is their soft, edible bones. Those tiny bones are packed with calcium and phosphorus, two minerals that the Mayo Clinic says are necessary to prevent fractures and support steady movement later in life. On top of that, the collagen from their skin and bones helps nourish the tendons and ligaments that often weaken with age. I once heard from a viewer named Carol in Florida who is 74 and frustrated because her legs felt stiff every morning even though she walked daily. Her doctor suggested adding sardines to her meals 2 or 3 times a week, explaining that the blend of protein, omega-3s, and minerals could help her muscles recover better. Carol said she hesitated at first. The idea of canned fish wasn't appealing, but after a few weeks she noticed real change. Her knees didn't ache as much climbing stairs, and she felt more stable getting out of bed. She said it was the first time in years she felt her legs wake up, stronger instead of weaker. Her experience mirrors what many seniors discover. Sardines give the body exactly what it needs to repair overnight damage and stay strong through the day. They're also incredibly convenient. Sardines don't need cooking, stay fresh on the shelf for months, and cost far less than meat or supplements, making them realistic for seniors living on a fixed income. Cleveland Clinic has repeatedly highlighted sardines as one of the most nutrient-dense foods in America, especially for older adults who want strength without relying on pills or expensive powders. When you add up the protein, vitamin D, calcium, omega-3s, and collagen, sardines directly target the four biggest causes of age muscle decline: inflammation, weak bones, slow recovery, and low protein intake. That's why this simple food ends up being the most complete and powerful choice for seniors who want steadier legs, better balance, and more confidence in everyday movement. If you're still here, leave a quick comment like "Still learning" and tap like or subscribe so you don't miss practical senior health videos like this. And now, let's move to the final part of this video, the conclusion. Because if you skip it, you'll miss the most important guidance on how to put all these foods together in a simple daily routine that truly protects your strength after 60. These simple, affordable foods can make a real difference in your strength after 60, helping your legs stay steadier and your body feel more supported every day. I'd love to hear from you. Which food are you planning to try first? Comment below and let me know. And if this video brought you clarity or hope, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone you care about. If you share this useful knowledge with your friends, they will be truly grateful you did.